Interesting how so many people grow up idolizing these celebrities, and many forget they're just like us. They have problems and they have their own demons following them. So when tragedy occurs, I just find it ironic that the black community will watch all this suspect behavior on the internet, all these people starting to bring up old shit to manufacture specific types of charges towards individuals who have been promoted or given record deals to promote and facilitate these lifestyles, selling it to the general public. Then we see a cycle of all these artists who've been given these contracts, the opportunity to recruit other individuals and give them contracts. And we see this kind of pyramid setting up and how all these conglomerates are profiting off of these artists. Meanwhile, as they try to get their life right, think about all the hate brewing towards them. Think about all the animosity people may have toward them and ill will. And the first thing people will start to do is putting out misinformation. However, the same thing that I said with the case in Robert Kelly, I found it suspect as hell that you can never get direct answers from his verified accounts. And then when you start to see them systematically taken down and all these people coming to YouTube with their stories, it should be obvious the red flags I've pointed out to you and how these RICO charges are going to apply to so many that have been entertaining us with these lifestyles. Now, according to news reports, rapper Snootie Wild was shot in the neck while he was in a vehicle and left in a ditch. And because people wanted their exclusives, they started reporting he was deceased and all kind of other conspiracies and who coulda and shoulda and would have done it. And then people bypassed another murder that went down that could have had some associations. However, anybody with common sense would let the authorities piece their case together and comment on that rather than implicate individuals and give individuals the excuses to formulate these RICOs, take these assets that these entertainers have accrued, and then have all of us continuously in these same cycles hating each other instead of addressing the problems that keep us at each other's throats. Meanwhile, all the people we've looked up to suffer the same fate while we're beefing over nothing. Where I'm from, we still got to worry about sundown towns. So I'm not entertained watching these agents, informants, and in general clout chasers perpetuate these lifestyles, play the victim on one end, and not see the dysfunction being put on public display. Last time I checked, a lot of these gangs that originated came to protect us from certain individuals in these fraternal orders. Yet all we see glorified is this gang mentality. All these young people with these guns just shooting for no reason. When will the real men stand up?
Away from the bars that don't send the folk. So, when I got out, man, I just took it serious.
That's what's up, man. It's a lot of people, a lot of artists want to get to where you at, man. Can you walk through how it feels to have a #1 album, a #1 single? What is that atmosphere when Yayo dropped? What is that atmosphere?
Man, that was, you in a whole nother realm because everything around you just like spiral, man. It's you doing like a 1,000 miles per hour, man. You know what I'm saying? You just moving, and then that's when you realize that you need a real team behind you. You know what I'm saying? You need that real support system behind you because, man, it's things coming at you different directions, and you need that voice of reason right there to be able to say, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, pull that coattail, man. So, it's just
Right.
that's a different thing, man, because when you take it out, man, a lot of doors open up, good and bad. So you never know what to expect.
That's crazy, man. So who's your inspiration, man?
As far as music, huh?
Music or whatever in life in general. Like
Man, in general, I ain't gonna lie, man. I have to say my wife's father, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that man there, he's serious when he talk. You know, he been in the streets. He been saved. You know, he didn't dodge death. You know what I'm saying? And he changed his life around and gave it to Christ. So when I'm able to talk to somebody that didn't live like me, been through what I done been through, made it out of it, and enjoying life and humble about it, you know, it makes me realize that there's a way up out of this. You know, because rich, poor, it doesn't matter. If you're not happy, if you're not in peace, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we doing this for? That's what we doing this for. That's what we trying to make out this money for. That's what we trying to be successful for the end game. The end game supposed to be, you know, happiness, supposed to be peace, supposed to be just relaxing.
Throughout my content, my focus has been the same. The obvious corruption that I believe I see playing out in many different cases. But a lot of people like to shift your focus and make you feel like certain information is only pertaining to one individual, when as a whole, my message is in general. And at some point, we have to stop overlooking corruption just because we don't like individuals, like their moral decisions, like the way they live, and allowing these politicians and other people with hidden agendas to manipulate the law to entrap us. Just like I'm watching these people continuously throwing Gotti's name out there, continuously giving these people the seeds to manufacture a RICO if they want to, people miss the primary objective in it's not right. So just because you want to side with your favorite rapper, it's okay for you to put out information that is going to be manipulated in order to put in an indictment. Meanwhile, all these other janky mofos doing the most behind the scenes, making these laws, these policies, and getting rich in the background, selling us stories. Now, I want you to take the time to look up the 1953 Trust and look at all the individuals implicated in it. And remember, I told you here long time ago, this whole Me Too agenda, Time's Up agenda, was using women to take out individuals. So with that being said, this whole spiritual war we see playing out requires people to wake up and pay attention to what's going on right in your face.
Careful what you take for granted, yeah. 'Cause with me, know you could do damage.